Welcome to another episode of Made in Sullivan County, where we visit places that you ask yourself, I wonder what they make in that building. Well, today we're on Volunteer Parkway at Bachman Valve.
I'm Jack Davidson, and we're at Bachman Valve Corporation. We're just a small manufacturing business located on the Volunteer Parkway beside a Bojangles, and we're been here for probably about 65 years. When I started here, there were about 14, maybe 15 people working here, and that number varied over the years, and now we're employing 5 people. We have a combined work service of probably about 250 years or better. We've been lucky to have employees that have worked here for off and on for many years, and we've all sort of become a little retirement community of our own. We can come and go as we please and make appointments, and we have a lot of things that we have to take time off for, and we're very flexible with that. So we can it's a comfortable place to work. It's kind of like a very close family. Well, I graduated from East High School, and then I went to the Tri-Cities Regional Vocational Technical School, as it was named at the time. After that, I was employed at it was called Sunstrand, but later became Bristol Compressors. And they went through a sellout at the time and reduced their workforce. So I was looking for a job, and I happened upon this business. And I thought it would be we'd worked 7 days a week and second and third shifts at the Bristol Compressors. And this was a Monday through Friday job, and I thought, well, that's be a nice little job for me while I'm finding something better. But that was 45 years ago that happened. So I stayed, and it was a comfortable place to work, and it met my needs and got me to where I am. So I've been very fortunate, very blessed by it. Mr. Bachman originally started a sawmill business, a wood product business here on the property many years ago, and he's a very intelligent man, and he was a thinker, and he developed some handmade valves and cylinders to operate the wood business, and he had other customers that thought that they might be able to use that product too, and over time it started developing more and more till he found different materials and things to develop the valves further. So it shortly became a valve company rather than a wood product company. And so he started supplying he had more local business, and he started supplying a lot of the bigger companies around here, like Univac and the Garment Industries, and then the word would kind of spread by word of mouth. He didn't do very much advertising at all, but word kind of spread. And so back in the 50s and 60s, the products really took off, and we employed quite a few people. Yeah, the industries liked the air products because they didn't have to run a lot of electrical supplies and things like that. And then, of course, safety-wise, it just required a compressor to run all the machinery and all the equipment, and they were able to not have a lot of interacting, and also it was well before the computer age, and there wasn't glitches from software and power outages and things like that. They could continue on running, and as long as they had compressed air, they were in business. Mr. Bachman's product was a good help to him whenever he wanted to build a machine. We would to make our processes easier, he would be able to build a machine out of our own products and all the things that go along with it. The air lines and fittings and things were just right along with his product line, that he could sell those and use them at the same time, and be able to make a well-rounded catalog out of all those components. When he got to be in bad health, he rigged up a little lift to get himself in the bathtub. Yeah, it's interesting how our product gets known around the country, and we do quite a few Amish and Mennonite companies buy our product. One individual in particular, he's a very intelligent man, and he's making new products, and he found us, and we can customize and alter things to meet whatever he needs. He's currently working on and selling quite a few water pumps that are operated by compressed air. And he's kind of got in the works a automatic milking machine that runs off compressed air. And then we have several other Amish and Mennonite distributors that they operate the pneumatic and hydraulic type product stores, and they sell to their communities and do quite a bit of business with them. One of the industries that we serve is the coal mining industry, and over the years it's declined a bit. And so one of the companies that uses our product in the mines, they have expanded to anything it uses conveyor to rock quarries or anything that moves earth or like that. We make some cylinders and valves that operate a belt scraper. It scrapes the mud and the debris that sticks on the belt and makes it a little bit harder for them to use. So it scrapes it off before it goes back into the mine. And he's been a very consistent customer. He's worked for several different manufacturers of that type of equipment, but him and a few others have followed the product and been able to make a good business out of it. And we make, as I said, the scraper, and it's used in a lot of different situations. You might drive down the road and see the rock quarries or coal mine, industry, the businesses that our products being used in. And one of the local companies that we do supply and have in the past is Universal Fiber, and they use our products. Generally, they have a lot of machinery that they've had for many years, like us, and it begins to wear. And when a lot of the good, quality machinery, it comes from out of the country, and supplying parts to those machines is probably really difficult for them, so they get us to adapt cylinders or valves or whatever it is to keep those machines operating, so they can keep using those same machines, and don't have to buy new units. That was one of Mr. Bachman's hallmark work ethics. He always did things himself if he could. He invested a little bit in some printing equipment and things like that, and he loved photography. He tried to take his own studio shots and things like that of the products. So he tried to do it all in-house. Yeah, our catalog has been around a while. The earliest example I can find is, I think there was a price list of 1956, and since then Mr. Bachman's he's made his own catalogs and he's updated them, and as he had more products he expanded the catalog. But we did have a website up so that our customers can find us on the internet and be able to contact us that way through email or whatever. Yeah, well, one of Mr. Bachman's things that he liked to do, he liked to do everything in-house and without a lot of overhead. So we've not extended ourselves beyond what we can handle, capable of manufacturing and that kind of thing. He wasn't big on expanding into new buildings or new expensive machinery. So we've continued to use our old tried and true machinery, and a lot of businesses have come and gone in all these years, and we've have a pretty good range of customers all around the country and even out of the country. So we've not been totally dependent on local economy, but we've continued to serve different industry. We've been with the garment industry in the early days and the coal industry, and they've both kind of faded out a little bit, but we've do a lot of factories. We still supply just support equipment for their machinery that they still need, and they'll many times they'll have short-term processes that they don't want to invest a lot of money into expensive out of the country machinery. they'll just do a custom type setup and do maybe a temporary job or something like that. But we can help them do that. We take requests for any kind of special, needs they have, and be able to take care of that on the low end. Yeah, because our product is made out of clear, acrylic. A lot of the training programs like to use our product. They'll build training boards and units to take to technical schools, or even industry will use them in their house to train people. And it's easy to see how the product works, since it's clear, and they can rearrange the valving and products to suit their needs, to show the trainees or the students what they need to know. It's kind of God's blessed us with new work and new jobs to replace the old businesses that go out, and we of course have all kinds of new companies that just need a few parts here and there, and it all works together to keep us going. In the earlier days, when Mr. Bachman owned the company, he was gracious enough to start giving small amounts of stock to different employees and his family. And over the years, that grew to the point that it was owned by several individuals. And the family, eventually, they decided to go their own ways. They went out of state and that type thing. So it finally was just an employee-owned company. And then as we've gotten older, it's become just the other lady, Rebecca, and myself that own the company. And we're doing pretty good, but it's just a small business, so if we can handle that with the two of us. In the early days, Mr. Bachman had the wood sawmill business, and when he began to manufacture the valves, he built this building that we're in now, and it's expanded over several times over the years, just adding a little wing here and a room there, and it's served its purpose. But Mr. Bachman's long-range plan was to have a little bit larger shop, and also he had a passion for tennis, so he decided to build a large building next door to us and use that the downstairs portion for a little bit of manufacturing and a lot of storage, and we still use that for storage today. But his passion was upstairs in the tennis court that he built upstairs. So he would go over there with some of his buddies and play on occasion, and invite friends there, and he really enjoyed that tennis court for all these years. When Mr. Bachman built this building to operate the business out of, at the time, it was just, as far as I know, it was just a 2-lane road past the building. And it was well before the Volunteer Parkway was built. And it saw a lot of change as the years went on. There was a lot of, stores and things that went in and out. We were here before Bojangles was even on the property, on the Parkway, and many things grew around us. The old Howard Brothers department store opened across the road, and it's changed hands several times, and a few gas stations and things like that came and went. So we're right in the middle of a little intersection here, and we saw when they added the red light in front of McDonald's, that was a big move for the traffic for the traffic flow. So we've seen a lot of change over the years.
But why haven't you moved?
We've remained here in this location just because it's convenient. It's been awfully handy. It's about 2 miles from my house, and it makes it easy to get in and out of. We don't have to worry about the snow on the roads or anything like that. The Parkway's well taken care of, and been convenient for our employees to get to us. So we have no overhead really, and as far as the property goes, besides our taxes. We've not went in debt for any large elaborate buildings or anything like that. We've kept the Bachman tradition of just operating on a shoestring. We use BTES services for our internet and telephone, and it's been a very good very good product for us. It's been very efficient and made us a lot better company for it. So it's been a good partnership. We do have a diverse group of people that work here, and we've grown close as a family, but there are times when we enjoy having a little bit of fun out of each other, and we do have one Alabama fan that works here. So we all the involved people here just have a good time with him, and he's a good sport about it though.
After the break, we're heading to a groundbreaking for a new company in Sullivan County, AY McDonald.
This is a great day for an Iowa company standing here in Tennessee.
We are thrilled to have you here as we break ground on a new state-of-the-art AY McDonald manufacturing facility.
A little over 6 years ago, we held a similar event. Seems like it was a little warmer because it was in July, but for an expansion at our current facility in Elizabethton. We've doubled our footprint there, and now we're looking to build a brand new facility here and almost double it again. So it's been quite extraordinary, and it's very exciting times for us, to say the least. Building a new facility, which by the way for a plant manager is a dream come true, is a huge deal. It's a huge deal for this community, it's a huge deal for this company, and it's a huge deal for our customers, who we refer to as the boss.
At the heart of everything we do, you know, the customer is the boss. Our focus on customer satisfaction is what drives us, and it's you who makes that vision a reality.
I have the privilege of spending a lot of time with our customers, the people that we call our bosses. And there's that's one right there. And there's two really important things that I get to talk about when I'm bragging about our company. First and foremost, it's our amazing coworkers and how they spend every day out there taking care of the boss. Customers, whether they're visiting us or whether we're out in the field, always talk about what great quality we have and how we take care of our products all the way down to the beautiful white boxes that we ship to them every single day. And I always tell them it's easy, and that's because they all know that the customer is the boss, and they're there to take care of the boss. The second thing I always talk about is, as a family business, we have the ability to plan for the long term instead of the short term. While our competition is talking about next quarter, we're talking about the next quarter century. And today certainly is one of those days where planning for the long term really stands out. 25 years ago, we came to East Tennessee, and we were looking for a warehouse, just a place, a shipping point, where we could get product to the East Coast. And boy, once we got here, we started to grow. We started to add to our building. We added co-workers. We grew our family. And that's really been a wonderful, wonderful thing for our family business of 168 years.
And in my brief short time here so far, I have truly realized and seen that AY cares about its coworkers and cares about us as a family. And it makes all the difference. And with that, they invest a lot with their coworkers and make sure that we're taken care of. For me, the biggest thing with that is I'm currently enrolled in our Emerging Leaders program. And in that program, and I'm still growing, but so far I have grown tremendously, professionally and personally.
And most of all, it's a huge deal for all of us that are co-workers here at AYM Tennessee. It means more opportunity for those that currently work here, and it also means new opportunities for future co-workers. Personally, I'm very excited to get this endeavor underway, as moving to Bristol is a bit of a homecoming for me. I was born and raised in Bristol. I started my career in manufacturing in Bristol, and to start this new facility is all coming full circle for me.
The hard work, long hours, and unwavering focus that your team puts in every day is a testament to your dedication, and it does not go unnoticed. We are truly fortunate to have such a talented and committed team, and we are proud to see how you will continue to drive that success forward.
It is happenstance that this Iowa company's, continuing to solidify generational roots in Tennessee because of the people that we have on this team. We have a lot of coworkers in a lot of locations, and there's really nothing more special than what's been going on here for 25 years.
And when you think about our 168-year business, usually you got to put together a timeline. And you think about one of those timelines, there's only a handful of dots that's going to go on that timeline. Today's one of those dots, and it's a darn big one, and we're certainly proud of it.
We say thank you. We're here for the long haul, and we're just getting started.
We're setting the course for the next quarter century with a facility that's poised to provide much needed short-term growth, but also is poised to provide an opportunity for our long-term growth in the water utility, natural gas, and then the plumbing industries. And as one of A.Y. McDonald's great-great-grandchildren standing here today, it gives me great pride to know that we are thriving as a company. We're setting the course for our future, and it's a future with a bold and bright footprint right here in Tennessee.
But just yesterday, I thought to myself, tomorrow's a pretty significant day. It wasn't lost on me what we're doing here, but it did hit me that this is really big. This isn't about writing the next chapter. It's about starting a new book. While we have been in Tennessee for 25 years, today's groundbreaking represents what I like to call forever. Some time ago, talking about our business, it occurred to me that we have the great opportunity and advantage of running a business that we honestly, and maybe somewhat naively, believe will be around forever. And I can't tell you what a luxury it is to be able to run a company and make decisions like you're going to be around forever. What is forever? Forever is when you're a 6th-generation family business. Forever is when you're a 168-year-old company. I just learned earlier from our mayor that Bristol was founded in 1856 as well. So we are in a 168-year-old community. Forever is when coworkers start at this company, and so many times it is their last job, and they retire from here. And forever is when you break ground on the largest factory you have ever built, at the same time you are building the largest foundry, by far the largest foundry, that you've ever built. That is forever. There's 2 reasons we stand here today, and 2 reasons only. The first reason is our customers, past and present. Customers, the boss, they hire us, they fire us. And we're fortunate, we've been hired by a lot, and they've promoted us to do a lot of wonderful things for them. The saying my dad introduced to the company back in the 1980s, the customer is the boss. And we all believe that, and we all live that. The second reason we are here is because of our coworkers, past and present. I think about there are so many people who have called A.Y. McDonald home, where they worked, where they spent a long career. And being 168 years old, there are so many we don't know the names of. But it's because of those people and because of the people that are with us today why we are standing here breaking ground here in Bristol, Tennessee. One might wonder why I don't give credit to my family, our stockholders, who are making this large investment. Well, the answer is very simple. Our customers and coworkers make this decision by our stockholders to invest in this project a no-brainer, allowing us to extend our forever status even further. But I will take a moment to pay homage to one family member, my great-great-grandfather, Andrew Young McDonald, who arrived in this country from Scotland in the 1850s, penniless, but determined, and brought with him an undying will to succeed. He worked hard, he took risks, and built a sizable business in his 57 years on this earth. He passed his will to succeed and know-how on to the next generation, who continued to pass it on. I got it from my father, and today I work to pass it on to my son. Without the will and the fortitude of our great-great-grandfather, we would not be standing here today. Thank you, AY. With that, let's get to the next step in cementing our forever status. Let's turn the first earth on this monumental project. Let's build a factory.